1 month training we are giving in fixed wing as well as drones. And we incubated a company called Arrow 360, a drone-based company. So along with them, we are giving the trainings. And this is our project now. We are currently involving with Caterpillar company for indoor application, inventory monitoring and management for Caterpillar. And L&T has approached us. We are having a talk with them for these mapping and surveying. So for the next 3 days, today, tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, we will be explaining about the quad, how to assemble and flight testing and everything. So today we will teach you about the electrical wirings, batch by batch. Tomorrow we will make you people to assemble all these things. And day after tomorrow we will be going for the flight test, piloting. That is what the agenda. And he is Mr. Prithviraj, he is Mr. Ranjit Samuel, team captain, and he is Mr. Hemant, he is Mr. Simeon. All are team Tronics. So today Prithviraj and Hemant will teach you about electrical wirings and all. Tomorrow and day after tomorrow we will also get involved. And finally on Friday we will summarize everything, including theory and practical. We will summarize everything and we will explain you what we did and what we are going to do. A short description. Then we will take one group photo also. And probably by next week we will be involving in the fixed wing implementation. Correct? Okay. Yeah, thank you. Subramanian, you know about Team Tronics mentor and Panimala Technology professor. He is the CEO and founder of Team Tronics. He is also a member of Team Tronics, Mr. Simeon, and he is Mr. Ranjit Samuel. He is doing final year. He started this work in 2015, second year onwards. So because of these students' passions only, we able to start up the startup and all. So
we started it around my second year of study here, and with input from different people we managed to come this far. And we also have a tie-up with Aero 360, as you might have known, Mr. Santosh, right? So we've been working with him for different projects and training as well. So yeah, if you have anything in your mind, you can just share please.
So now tell me what's your requirement and topic.
Yes, for me I am Mr. Abubakar, and yes, BSc engineering, working in RC since 2010. So it's about 7.5 years of experience in flight aircraft. I've done so many projects regarding flight aircraft, and we have some requirements about Autodesk applications. So to enhance our work.
Mahmoud, also study aeronautical engineer, but study specialist in the application electronics, avionics. Also, I work 7 years ago in ARC. In the main project, like Sim, in light aircraft. Now to have a gap knowledge for the drone, small UAVs, something like that. Trust to cooperate with us for another project. Another the courses is Santosh or Aero 360 company.
Yes, for me personally, Umar, my name is Umar. I'm a graphic design engineer. I graduated from the Sudan as an electrical engineer. I work in NRC since about 3 years. That's my experience. I have also aerospace engineering background design. So I came here to hold the UAV, attend UAV courses, and some of you mainly about the microcraft and some microcraft. So we came here to discuss about the job creation view in terms of UAV design, in terms of Autodesk, Katla, for example, and Autodesk, and all the programs, software, many version can be incorporated with your own with the college. So first of all, we need to negotiate about this version. As I told you that we have this course we divided into 3 groups. Each group must really have a project. We hope that each group have practical and UAV, For example, we need UAV as fixed wing and say hand launcher and helicopter B, quadcopter. Each to be different and to be practical. By the end of the training, will be by this project to be our country. This is the main part. Another part will discuss about Autodesk. Most of our team will have certificate in CATIA, Autodesk, CATIA and SolidWorks, AutoCAD, different type. But we need, for example, as certified from Autodesk. If, for example, you have like B&B exam like this, to be professional certificate from Autodesk exam. Because we hold or we did master diploma in aerospace design by CATIA software, and we need to be certified from Autodesk. All my team electrics. This is another issue. Many issues can call Mr. Ahmed about it also.
Yes, according to talking about the Phoenix and to understand all the software you can do for drones, all drones type, mini and micro drones. What's the best and what we can start to study that software and how to program and how to integrate PCB in the system at package courses.
So all of these requirements that you guys pose, you're doing it through Aero 360, right?
Yes.
So okay, what do you want us to do from our side? What do you do?
After finish the course, we have good knowledge.
Sure.
Can discuss with us what's the better and for the future, how to coordinate about the college or to my company RC for future courses.
If you want to create a tie-up between the college and your company, is it?
Yes.
It's like MOU signed out.
Yes.
Okay. So MOU I will draft it probably by Monday. It will be ready.
Okay.
So I will show it to you,
Okay.
and you can also discuss with your company.
Fantastic.
So once we finalize, because anyhow we will be coming here till December end.
Yes.
So before that we will properly sign the MOU.
Memorandum of understanding.
Yes.
So next week we will finalize the draft from both sides, from here, from college side as well as from your company side. Once the draft is finalized, it is after all 1 day. We have to take the printout and we have to sign, and the copy we will be sending to your company also. That is one thing. And you said about quad project.
Yes.
You need to do a project, so you need to get the components and you have to do all this.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
No, the practical part will be covered by Aero 360. I'm asking you, will it be covered by Aero 360? The practical section.
You're talking about how to buy the component.
See, you guys are studying the master diploma course, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you'll be learning how to fabricate, design your fixed wing and multi-rotation. All those things will be covered in your training.
Yes.
What about practical implementation? Is that included in your? It's included.
Yeah.
So you guys want to know where to buy these stuff, and you want to establish a link between the college so that in the coming years you can send more students over here to.
We can start from this team.
Okay.
You can start the practical analysis for you that to be beginning with this team.
Sure. Okay.
And after that, we evaluate the experience and evaluate
All right.
about this trip. And after that, we can give us a lot of
Input from us.
yes.
So you want quadcopter training for you
Training
from the scratch.
Yes. And also
Fixed wing training will be given by Aero 360 team, correct?
No.
All UAs, those kind of things will be covered there.
And we will
We'll seek the help of Aero 360 for the fixed wing manufacturing. We'll be talking to him later on today. And you can post your requirements as far as the tie-up is concerned. You can just tell us your points of view.
Yes.
And we can work from there.
So probably next week we will train you to design a quad here.
Yes.
Yeah, we will make you to design.
KK 2.1.5 full version.
Just tell me these names.
KK 2.1.5.
2.1.5 version something.
Version.
Okay.
Okay. There are so many flight controllers, sir. KK 2.1.5 is generally used for normal basic training program only we can able to use this. For if you want to use a NASA, your application should be like autonomous, finding GPS and mapping the area. For that kind of purpose using NASA. For basic, based on your applications only, you have to choose your flight controllers.
According to your application or your mission? Application same.
Both the flight controllers are just like same, but if you want to configure the NASA, you have to Here using the laptops or any systems only you can able to connect it and they can able to configure. But in the KK board you no need to use the systems.
It has inbuilt display, so we
Inbuilt
can
displays.
we have push buttons also.
Also will be battery powered. Flight controller, I mean receiver and another. See, and these are the two servo motors. What is the purpose of servo motors is if the drone is taking off, then there is no use of the landing gear, right? The landing gear is only when it's landing. So in order to take this off, you have to put two servo motors. So if you use a separate RC for that and you control that, then this landing gear will lift like this. So its function is over, right? So we have to lift this thing. And so for this thing we have to put the servo motors. If you give control to the servo motors, then it will lift. That's it. So this power to the servo motors, you can see this wire will be joined to this wire in a separate distribution board.
Okay.
You can see this wire will join to a separate wire. These two wires will join to a power distribution board. So to that thing, this thing will power. This thing will power this power distribution board. So there are two power distribution board in this thing. In quadcopter we only saw one power distribution board, but here there are two. One is separately for the ESC and motors, and one is particularly for the servo motors and the flight controller, and another one. We are missing another one thing. Gimbal engada? Okay, wait a minute. I'll show you. See, this is the battery, 10,000 mAh, 6L battery. You can see it here.
For testing, it doesn't rotate that much. It just show whether it follows last night.
To show the direction of it.
Okay, this is my here itself it will show the battery is very low. Okay. So that is for motor test. And mounting, when we have to place GPS at one particular location, and you have to measure values, and you have to enter here. That value is captured to flight controller, so that when it will get GPS.
X coordinate, Y coordinate, we have to measure it in the ruler, the distance, and then we have to input those values, so that it knows exactly where to
measure
place using this ruler.
From center nose point to GPS. So approximately in X it has 6 centimeter. Approximately 6 centimeter.
Exactly of the GPS.
Yes. How do you choose the position?
You can place anywhere. Anywhere. In front only, no?
Front
You can place it anywhere.
And it should face in this direction.
The arrow mark.
And this arrow should coincide.
இங்க வச்சா ப்ளேஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம் மச்சான். அந்த நெகட்டிவ் பாசிட்டிவ் நெகட்டிவ் இருக்குல்ல அது சொல்றேன்.
What about the distance? It's going to be also measured.
X, Y and Z. This is X axis and this is Y axis.
From center to
Yes.
Yes. And
Height.
Z is height.
height from here or from bottom?
Actually, we say from the bottom to this file controller. You no need to calculate full.
This is the exact position, right? So from this end till this end.
Oh, okay. That's mean lower
Yes.
Z.
Yes.
Lower Z distance.
From bottom of the GPS to top of this file controller. And when you calculating Z axis, it shows the red line is for positive. That is X and Y is for positive. And when it comes to Z, you have to enter the value negative. Downwards. You have to enter the values. By default, it shows some values, but you have to correct them.
It was rotating this side. Now it should rotate like this.
Clockwise.
Yes, clockwise. Okay.
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 Let me test. Actually, this one is for anti-clockwise.
Yes.
So anti-clockwise means that is clockwise.
Clockwise.
rotate பண்ணு.
இங்க ஒண்ணு இல்ல இங்க ஒண்ணு.
இது 3 இது. Two.
இப்போ black வந்து clockwise.
இது போட்டுட்டு நான் இப்போதைக்கு நான் black
இது clockwise தான போடணும்.
ஃபுல்லா செட் ஆயிருக்குல.
அர்பா
இதுல தலாம்.
This is for borings, applied control. This is for what?
This is for
So bus-
LED. The signal from